Spasticity is not a local phenomenon. It is not the local muscle. It is a lesson from the upper motor neurons and lower motor neurons. So you must understand, upper motor neuron originates in the brain motor cortex. We know that, and descends to the spinal cord. So the pathway is from the brain to the spinal cord, right? एक रास्ता है which comes from the brain to the spinal cord, and they are responsible for initiating and coordinating the voluntary movements, including those involving upper and motor limb. So the brain has to give command, and upper and lower limb has to receive the command. Am I clear to this point?
Yes.
So if any disruption is there in the upper motor neuron, the command will not come, right? Again, then if you keep stretching the muscle, जहाँ झमेला नहीं है वहां तुम झमेला करेगा तो क्या होगा? सुनील, जहाँ झमेला नहीं है वहां झमेला करेगा तो क्या होगा बताओ?
हो जाएगा सर सारा सिस्टम,
हाँ,
खराब हो जाएगा,
नर्व इंजरी हो जाएगी।
हाँ। शिवानी,
हाँ जी सर।
जहाँ झमेला नहीं है वहां तुम झमेला करेगा तो क्या होगा बताओ?
क्या हुआ सर?
जहाँ झमेला नहीं है, अपर मोटर
हाँ?
न्यूरॉन्स में झमेला है, लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन में झमेला है, राइट? द प्रॉब्लम्स आर इन अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन एंड लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन्स, राइट?
हाँ जी।
एक मिनट बेटा, एक फोन है। हाँ बका था नेमरी, उसको बोलो मेरे पास आएगी नर्स। आपके पास गया क्या नर्स? उसको बोलो ना मेरे पास आएगा। जहाँ झमेला नहीं है वहां झमेला करेगा तो झमेला इज नॉट इन द मसल्स, द प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट इन द मसल्स, द सिम्टम इज इन द मसल्स, राइट? द सिम्टम इज इन द
Muscles.
right. What do you see is not the problem. The problem is created where? In the upper motor neurons and lower motor neurons. Now if you're treating, if you overstretch the muscles, क्या होगा शिवानी?
Sir, it can lead to spasticity or it can lead to even muscle damage or muscle tear.
And nerve damage, और जहाँ सिग्नल नहीं जाना है, unnecessary you are giving unnecessary signals, unnecessary झमेला, what will happen?
Sir, it can lead to more damage and more severity of the symptoms.
So it will lead to contracture. Hello, hello. So two things we have understood. If you have to solve the problem of spasticity or paralysis, you have to work with upper motor neurons and lower motor neurons. So what is the formula of working? Brain mapping, neuroacupuncture, and muscle relaxants. Baclofen, Leofen with gabapentin, nortriptyline. This is a general formula which we apply. Right? But other than this, if there is a nerve damage, neuropathy is there, or बाकी अगर कोई झमेला है, if other problems are there, we have to address it with the help of stem cell therapy. Isolate the muscle, isolate the nerve, improve the muscle, improve the nerve. There are two things we have to understand. One, improve the muscle, improve the nerve, and create neuroplasticity inside the brain. The muscle will automatically what?
Recover.
Yes. So when things are recovered, जब झमेला ही नहीं है तो झमेला क्यों करना है? When there is no problem, why to create additional problem? Already the brain is having a problem. So why to create additional problem from the brain? You understood my problem?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Am I clear to what am I saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So restrophy is a characteristic of signs of the radial nerve damage. Now, see, unnecessarily you are stretching the nerve and everything you are doing. So what happens? That sometimes the radial nerve is damaged. The radial nerve innervates the extensor muscles of the wrist, and hand injury to the radial nerve prevents the proper wrist extension resulting in a drop of the wrist. So this radial nerve is damaged, then what will happen? The wrist drop will happen. And until there is only one process now to stabilize the what? To do a surgery in the wrist. Because according to us, the radial nerve once injured cannot be repaired. So why to injure the nerve? Why to injure the muscles? My first question to the panel is why to do all those things which is not required? Do only those things which are required. For example, I give you a formula to break the tight spasticities. You mix up two ointments. What? One is Omnigel and one is Baclofen. Mix these two ointments and use ultrasound. For grade 1, grade 2 spasticity, you do two things. What are the two things you will do? क्या करेगा बेटा शिवानी? Write down the formula. To break the spasticity, mix two ointments. What are the two ointments?
Omnigel.
हाँ, Baclofen के साथ लिंटोकेन भी आता है and gabapentin भी आता है. This is 3-in-1 gel. Gabapentin, Baclofen and Linocaine with Omnigel. In one ointment, you will have three combinations. What are they? Linocaine, local anesthesia, gabapentin, and what you call?
Diclofenac.
No. Omnigel is one formula. Gabapentin, Linocaine, and Baclofen. Xylocaine और Linocaine. Xylocaine और Linocaine एक ही हो गया बेटा. Local anesthesia with two ointment. There is a combination of three medicine in one ointment is called gabapentin neuron, or this ointment is available in the market. So this one ointment is three combination: gabapentin, Linocaine, and Baclofen. This is one ointment. Other is Omnigel or diclofenac. Don't use high peppermint solution. ठंडा जो लगे वो use मत करना. नहीं तो patient will not be able to bear it, right? So there are certain ointments which are not having what? Mint. Right? The selection of ointment should be without mint. ऐसा नहीं हो कि आप ointment लगाते जैसे ठंडा लगता है ना, मुंह लगाने से एकदम ठंडा जैसा लगता है. You feel like ice cold, right?
मेंथॉल की तरह.
हाँ, झंडू बाम की तरह. So don't do all these things, right? The second ointment should be without peppermint, right? So mix this and use ultrasound. Ultrasound machine you have now? The physiotherapy ultrasound, not the radiology ultrasound. Okay? One is USG and one is ultrasound. So use ultrasound, mix the ointment and use the ultrasound. The spasticity will be what?
Reduced.
Reduced. Yeah. Once the spasticity is reduced, then if you do proper physiotherapy, it will be easy for the patient to move his hands and the pain and inflammation will be reduced. Lactic acid formation will be reduced and proper communication will go to the brain and you can overcome spasticity in a proper way. You understood? And I have given the formula of acupuncture points. If you use that, you will create a better neural communications, right? Shivani, I have given a formula yesterday, right? बेटा शिवानी शिवानी है न चला गया शिवानी
Yes, sir.
बेटा मैंने वो लिख के दिया था नोट्स एमसीए इंफ्राक्ट के ऊपर राइट स्पास्टिसिटी के ऊपर बेटा
सर वो जो पहले पीडीएफ दिया था.
नहीं पीडीएफ नहीं नोट्स लिख के दिया था बेटा देखना ग्रुप में
अच्छा ठीक है सर मैं भेज दूंगी वो नोटबुक में होगा.
वो नोट्स लिख के दिया था मैंने खाली पूरा नोट्स लिखा था तो उसमें एक्यूपंक्चर पॉइंट्स का मेंशन किया था फॉर अपर लिम्ब एंड लोअर लिम्ब स्पास्टिसिटी राइट.
ओके.
एंड ब्रेन मैपिंग भी मैंने मेंशन किया था 2467 लिखा था या 1357 लिखा था राइट.
ठीक है सर मैं देख लेती हूँ.
उसको आप देख के है ना वो नोट्स में लिख लो. क्योंकि सुरेश बाबू ये लोग जो है ना दे आर जॉइंट डायरेक्टर्स ऑफ आयुष दे आर द लाइसेंसिंग अथॉरिटी इन कर्नाटका दे ऑल वांट्स योर नोट्स. हाँ इसलिए मैंने आपको बोला था टाइम पर पीपल आर आस्किंग योर नोट्स सो कीप योर नोट्स अपडेटेड and give it to the people. It is helping a long way in international level, right?
ठीक सर.
और आप एक बार नोट्स लिखने के बाद आप खुद ही पढ़ लो, मैं तो पढ़ता नहीं, आप क्या लिखे हो.
ठीक है सर.
कहीं ऐसा नहीं हो कि आपके साथ मेरा नाम भी बदनाम हो जाए. सर क्या लिखा रहे हैं और आप क्या लिख रहे हो. द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज योर्स. बिकॉज मैंने आज तक ही नहीं पढ़ा आपने क्या लिखा है. फुल कॉन्फिडेंस ऑन यू. I have never read what Shivani has written, but I have a full confidence whatever else she has written. To the best of my knowledge, Shivani and Vani Priya has done the best work in my life. And I am sure these notes will go in a long way to help the society even after my death. एक तुमने मेरा ऊपर बहुत बड़ा बोझ हल्का कर दिया कि you have written down everything whatever I have said, right? And it is helping so many people you do not know. It is helping thousands of people in thousands of places. You do not know the remote corners of Assam these notes have reached. I am getting messages from all over these places. Sir, we want your notes, notes, notes. So whenever they want the notes, I had today people from Mongolia wanted the notes. I said, okay, you join the group, you will get the notes. So beta, whenever I say no, give the notes, again you give it. Because what I will do? नॉर्मल स्लाइड में मिला के देगा. रमा को बोला नॉर्मल स्लाइड में मिला के देगा. स्लाइड में मिला के देगा. 100 ml स्लाइड में मिला के.
ठीक है.
कितना ml में? 100 ml में.
100 ml 100 ml स्लाइन में मिला के.
हाँ ये मिला के देगा. हाँ. और उसका रूम में थोड़ा ऑक्सीजन रख देगा एक. हाँ, वो ऑक्सीजन जनरेटर रूम में रख देगा. कोई तकलीफ हो और वो पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर लगा दो. हाँ, क्या बोलेगा? ये
100 ml
सलाइन में देना है और पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर लगा देगा. और संदीप को बोलो रूम में ऑक्सीजन रख देगा. कोई तकलीफ हो तो सीधा बोलेगा, उसको फोन करेगा. हाँ. There is a severe case. He went from myelopathy to secondary canal stenosis at L2, L4, L4, L5, and he has developed many more problems. So we are getting him operated in, and his CRP is almost 105. So we have put the patient on meropenem, and we are trying to stabilize it, and we are operating in Karat, because in Hyderabad the cost of surgery will go to around 5 to 6 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees. In Karat we are getting fixation at 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh rupees. But the surgery and surgeon both are good, because Cherian sir is there. In Gurgaon, Nikunj is there, and in Karat, Cherian is there. So both places we are safe. But in otherwise all over India also we know many spine surgeons, brain surgeons, but we have to be careful while we select the surgeon. Because I only select those surgeons with whom I have worked, with whom I know personally, right? Because brain and spine is something which you have to be very, what? Careful. So now you can see acupuncture-induced neuroplasticity and neuromodulation. So acupuncture is neuroacupuncture is one of the process by which you can stimulate the nerve pathway, repair the nerves, modulate the neural activity, and enhance the functional recovery. 4-line word. What is acupuncture-induced neuroplasticity and neuromodulation? 4 words. What are the 4 words? It stimulates the nerve pathway, it repairs the nerve, रास्ता को ठीक करता है, stimulates the nerve, modulate the neural activity. Modulation means what? शिवानी, modulation का मतलब क्या होता है बेटा?
सर और इम्प्रूव करना
Right.
गुड वे में.
हाँ, तो इसको modulating neural activity को हम कैसे समझाएंगे? How to explain it in English? How stimulating the nerve will improve the modulating the neural activity. How will you explain this?
So the nerve function will get removed and will get improved, and it will evident in good motor function.
So how this motor function is improved, beta? To improve the motor function, we must have neural activity. So this neural activity is conducted by what?
Stimulation of nerve and modulate neural
No,
activity.
देखो पवार. You have to make the thing simple to understand. When you stimulate the nerve, what happens?
Pathway is activate.
Pathway activate हो गया. Pathway activate होके where the pathway is going? To the brain, right?
Yes.
Brain में दो चीजें. What are the two things which the brain is having? Nerve cells, motor neurons, right?
Yes.
So motor neurons में modulation का मतलब क्या हुआ? The activity of the neurons is increased, right? So activity of the neuron increase means what? The synaptic connection, that is the neurotransmitters are released. The neurotransmitters responsible for the recovery of the patient is increased, right? समझ में आया बात?
Yes, sir.
Such as dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, endorphins are released. And it may also stimulate the release of the growth factors. It is called B and DF. What it is called? B and DF. अब बी एन डी एफ क्या होता है बताओ? खोलो गूगल और बताओ बी एन डी एफ क्या होता है? What is BNDF in neuro? What is BNDF? कोई तो खोलो, इतने लोग हो. BNDF क्या होता है ये तो बताओ.
Brain derived neurotrophic factor.
Brain derived BDNF, right? Brain derived
Neurotropic factor.
So
Neurotropic.
it is neurotropic factor, right? So this is a factor which, it is a factor which what?
Is a
Influence the
secreted
brain to
protein and a member of the neurotrophin family of growth factors that provide tropic support for neurons and encourage the growth and differentiation of new neurons. And
so
synapses.
ultimately you can see that BNDF influences the neurogenesis, right? BDNF na? Brain derived neurotropic factor is a property which is derived by neuroacupuncture to increase the neurogenesis. And when the neurogenesis is influenced, angiogenesis will take place. The new pathways will take place. When this new pathways will take place, neuroplasticity will enhance. And that is why it is called neuromodulation. So if anyone asks you what is neuroacupuncture, you can say acupuncture-induced neuroplasticity and neuromodulation because it builds a better synaptic connection. It releases the neurotransmitters. It derives the BDNF factors. BDNF factors leads to the growth of the neurons. And when the neurons are growth up, it is called neurogenesis. When neurogenesis is built up, angiogenesis takes place and the derived factor of recovery happens. And this recovers the what? Many types of neurodegenerative disorders, right? समझ में आया बात में ना? Everyone understood? If you go with a definite pathway, you don't need to do too many exercise. You don't have to do too many activities, right? By brain mapping, by selection of the points, by stimulating the pathway, gate training, you can recover large number of cases. But whenever there are damages, remember the primary thing is to repair the nerve. So nerve can be repaired under a controlled mechanism. So once the nerve is repaired, then बाकी का काम आप संभाल सकते हैं. So initially the paralysis patient needs a higher center support. Then it's just like 3 center support. What support? Always remember, you are the primary physician. Who is the primary physician? You people. Today I got one case referred from one of the students who called me about a brachial plexus injury. So brachial plexus anastomosis means the nerve was repaired, right? But the movement has not come. Why? Because the myelin sheet of the nerve is not repaired. So until there is electricity in the nerve, there is no question of recovery. बल्ब बिना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के कैसे जलेगा बाबा? You understood my point?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Hey, who is doing this, all these things? Why are you disturbing me? I don't understand. So, what are the most combining treatment approach in multimodal strategy? Stem cell therapy, brain mapping, and neuroacupuncture. Right? Stem cell therapy, brain mapping, and neuro. Hello.
Neuro.
Hello. So to master neuroacupuncture, you need time to understand it because there are various ways. There are various damages inside the brain. But what damages you see inside the brain, the more physical damages you see in the physical level. So once you see the damage of the brain, you cannot correlate the damage with the physical level, right? आगे जाके ये सारा दोनों रास्ता बदल जाता है. At one level, both are same, right? Gradually, the anatomical change of the brain is different. Gradually, the physical level of the changes are different. दोनों अलग हो गए अब दोनों को एक साथ मिलाना. Both are differentiated at this level. At one level, they are same. Whenever there is a stroke, everything is same, right? But the moment the stroke progresses to recovery, the multimodal changes. The model of activity changes. तो उस मॉडल के हिसाब से आपको you have to adopt the new mechanism of recovery. You understood my point? You understood what I said?
Yes.
So when you have a stroke or any neurodegenerative disorder or anything, myelopathy and all, at instant level, it is all looks like the same thing going at the same line. It's like a train who's pulling all the bogies together, right? It's same like the train which is taking all the bogies. Bogies means the English में क्या बोलते हैं bogie? What do you say? Bogie means the engine pulling the other drums. It's just like a train. Engine is pulling one after another. In India, we call it bogie. I don't know in English, what do you call it? So, बोगी को इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं देखो तो डिक्शनरी में.
Compartment.
Wagon, wagon.
Yes.
वेगन कंपार्टमेंट राइट. Coach. So you engine is pulled by different coaches, right? So initially you see myelopathy is reducing the damages, but the moment you try to improve, the myelopathy is same, the anatomical damage is same, but the physical level damage is more higher than the brain damage. Brain is repairing, but the deviation of factor in the hands and physical level is very difficult because there is higher spasticity. But this spasticity you cannot see in MRI. Can you see that MRI, the damage of brain inside? Because for that to measure that, you need to understand the functional MRI. What is functional MRI? Functional MRI means which area of the function is functioning. Right? Which area of the brain is functioning better. So for that, we need functional MRI. But the cost of functional MRI is very costly. So it is very easy to understand. If you understand it clinically, you don't need all this, what?
Reports.
Inputs. You don't need all these jhamelas. We call it in India jhamela. You don't need all these extraordinary dramas of fMRI, this. Because you are not supposed to complete your PhD. You are supposed to recover a patient. And the path of recovery will develop a PhD in your mind. For example, if you see, we have developed those mechanisms by which we break the spasticity by using different mechanisms. neuroacupuncture, brain stimulations, different types of pharmacological interventions, right? Getting Botox for free of cost to the patient, right? So we have done what? Multiple work at multiple level, which improves. So stem cell therapy is very important part for any neurodegenerative, any neuro osteo degenerative part. Stem cell therapy is very important. So those who are medical doctors, I'm going to teach them how to work with PRP in knee joints and everything, right? Because you have to give an antibiotic, and so you should have the authority to prescribe it, right? By others, I can teach you how to manage it with the help of brain mapping, improving the muscles, improving the nerve. So if you see a pain in the knee, it is not osteoarthritis alone. It's a contributing factor of various things inside the muscles. It is a contributing factors where things are damaged. Hello? 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 So acupuncture is a specific acupuncture point which focuses on the modulation of nervous system, and it emphasizes the neuroplasticity. So the meridian points, all these are same. But if you go, for example, LI11, if you go one finger ahead of LI11, it has a very good activity in the motor cortex. If you put LI11, it is a pain reducing point. But if you go one finger ahead of LI11, you get a very good nerve activity, neuroactivity, repairing activity, and it gets a neuromodulation, BADNF factors are derived. So all these things you can understand by what? With your experience and mentorship and writing everyday notes. So whenever you see a patient, you should write everyday notes. What was the difference from yesterday to today? And by going home, what has happened? The pain has increased. Everything you should have a format, right? So I'm going to give you a format for writing what? Spasticity and paralysis, right? So you can write the data of the patient. The data of the patient is very important. The recovery data, improvement data, and deteriorating data. What are the things you have to write? Improvement, recovery, and deterioration. And new arrival of the new symptoms. What are the four things which are most important? What are the four things important?
Improvement data,
Right.
recovery data,
Yes. How day by day is improving, right? What are the things is improving? So it is called improvement data. Recovery means from the first day till today, how much he has recovered. Then comes the negative part.
deteriorating.
How is deteriorating? Why is deteriorating? And what are the additional complaints he is facing, right? Two positive, two negative. So we call strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So it is called SWOT analysis. In management, what we call it? What is your strength? What is your weakness? What is your opportunity? What is your threat? The SWOT analysis of this spasticity is most important. So formula is what? SWOT. S for strength. V for weakness. So when you measure the strength and weakness, now you have the opportunity. So after getting the opportunity, what are the threats you are going to meet up? And the moment you know what are the threats you are going to meet up, you know what is the next level of planning you have to do. You understood? What is the formula? SWOT. S for strength, V for weakness, O for opportunity, T for threats. This is a formula of management. Am I clear?
Yes. SWOT.
Very clear. If you is clear, everyone is clear. Because I speak very fast, Leo understands little slow. So if you understand, I feel that everyone understands. So that is called what? Median analysis. The median class means in statistics we call it median class. What we call it? Median class. Median class means what? Go and see in statistics what do we mean by median class? Mean, median, mode. So what is the median class? It is very important for you to know statistics, because these statistics only will help you to develop the recovery of the patient. The data, the improvement, the recovery, the things what you are measuring is statistics, right? These statistics will give you a graph. And from this graph, you can understand this is the baseline. So you have 20 patients, right? So you develop this baseline. So anything which is above the baseline is improvement. Anything below the baseline is what? Anything below the baseline is something going wrong. Deterioration. Correct. There is like more spasticity, more pain, difficulty, disorientation, lot of things will come, right? So there are three factors which you have to understand. Why physiotherapy is alone not enough? Because it does not work in neurotransmitter level. It does not reduce the depression. It does not reduce the oxidative stress. So if you put more oxidative stress, the immunity of the body goes down. In Hindi, it is said, चिंता चिता बनाती है. चिंता से चतुराई घटे, पाप से घटे शरीर. So chinta means what? The more anxiety and more oxidative stress you put, the T cell level goes down. The moment T cell level goes down, what will happen? Your immunity to fight with the disease goes down. And that is why neuroplasticity do not occur. That is why I say, whenever you walk, work properly with all the pain, all the tools in a proper way. Because tools are purchased once for life. You are not going to purchase every time. It is not like a cup of tea that every 2 hours you have to purchase it, right? It is not a grocery item. It is a fixed asset. So whenever you want to buy, it is just like a house, like a clinic. So if you really want to work, you have to have a fixed assets. You have to have higher level of motivation. You must have a courage. You must have enthusiasm and a level of understanding. So when you have all these four, tapa, tak, khata, khat. Rahul Gandhi's word, tapa, tap, khata, khat. Tapa, tap means putting the right point. Khata, khat means neurotransmitter release. Pata, pat means functional recovery. So the formula is tapa, tap, khata, khat, rata, rat. Means keep the brain repeatedly. If you stimulate the brain, neuroplasticity will occur. Neuroplasticity will enhance the functional recovery. And spasticity and contractures will not come. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes.
You, I'm sorry. Sometimes I use Hindi because a lot of Hindi people are there, right? So we use some famous dialogues which is given by our Prime Minister. Tapa tap, khata khat, rata rat. These are the dialogues of our Prime Minister. And we are very much fan of our Prime Minister. So we keep repeating his slogans which he has given. It's a tagline in India. Sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabke saath. Means everyone will. इंग्लिश में कैसे बोलेंगे इसको? सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबके साथ. How will you convert it into English?
Everyone will go together. By
No.
be together,
Be together,
go together.
unite together and go together. And development will take place. Then neuroplasticity will happen. Be together, go together, unite together.
Sleeping together.
And think together. He is right. You have to think together. You has given a new word. Think together. So we'll advise our Prime Minister to give a new word. I write a letter to the Prime Minister. We should think together. If we think in multiple direction, nothing will happen. So, Shivani, write a letter to the Prime Minister of India. Sir, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबकी सोच एक साथ.
Think together.
Think together. So if all the neurons think together, work together, function together, recovery takes together. You also have started learning Hindi. This is a famous part of India. Anyone who comes to India, he will learn Hindi and Bhojpuri. So you, whenever you come to India, you come with me in this state, and I promise you, in 5 days, you will learn Bhojpuri, Indian language. Just you need to stay 5 days in that state, and you will start speaking their language. It is Bihar. It's a very beautiful state, very beautiful language. And then when you go to that state, you will also say, I'm Likua bol raha hai. I'm Likua speaking, not Liu. You will say, I'm Likua speaking. So this Likua and Liu, it has a two formation. Likua is a additional thing which you are giving. So any additional conduction which is deviating the, अरे कौन बोल रहा बीच में, तुम लोग क्या मेंटेन नहीं कर सकता है क्या?
Dr. Imran, please. Thank you.
Yeah. So when we say liqua and liu, there is a one word called a. So whenever you put anything additional which is deviating the nature of the muscle, which is going against the brain spasticity, which is going against the neuroplasticity, it will damage the muscle. Anything we go against the nature, it will damage. And anything which you bring. So remember my one formula. Write down one formula. Write down. If anything you want to recover, if anything which you want to recover, and it's deviating means going against the nature, bring him back to the nature, and the nature will take care of it. Anything which is deviating from the nature, if you bring it to the nature will automatically take care of it. Right, beta? बेटा तुम्हारा हाथ का स्पीड बहुत स्लो हो गया लिखते लिखते. तुमको रोज सेमिनार में बुला बुला के लिखाना पड़ेगा. क्या हो गया हाथ को?
सर उंगली खराब है.
नेल उतर गया.
ओहो, हम वही बोला कि ये कैसे हो सकता है, शिवानी का स्पीड कैसे स्लो हो गया? 2 महीना पढ़ाया नहीं इसलिए स्लो हो गया. क्या आई वाज थिंकिंग लाइक दैट? ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता. She is the only girl in my life I saw. She can write with the speed of my word. When she came for the first time in my workshop, I was amazed. I was speaking and then I was writing. Singa, huh? Stop, stop. Again I said one sentence with the same speed without using shorthand. She is able to write. Then I understand. She should have appeared UPSC. She would have passed out. She should be an IAS officer by now. I don't know how she became physiotherapist. To become a good IAS officer, you must need a good writing speed.
Sir, I have tried but clear नहीं हुआ.
अरे हम इंटरव्यू दे के आया, तुम खाली 6 मार्क्स से रह गया. आई डिड नॉट वांटेड टू बिकम IFS. आई वांटेड ओनली IAS. हमारे जमाने में इतना अवेयरनेस नहीं था. वी ओनली न्यू देन UPSC में खाली IAS को बोलता है, बाकी IFS लोग IAS का नौकर होता है. सो आई सेड आई डोंट वांट टू डू गवर्नमेंट जॉब. But anyway, I retired as a mission director of 2 national law universities. I worked for Ministry of Law and Justice and the Supreme Court of India. So my rank was equal to additional chief secretary. जो भी हो, ऐसे IAS नहीं हो के वैसे रिटायर हो गया, इक्विवेलेंट टू द रैंक ऑफ अ वाइस चांसलर. तो बुड्ढा ही होता है. So very important part is that personalized case of post-stroke spastic management has to be taken. You cannot do whatever you like. Now what you are doing is you are operating a personal message, right? You are doing whatever you like. So Liu has told one very beautiful thing. Think together. You cannot do whatever you like. If you do something whatever you like, you damage whatever you will get. And you have to face whatever you don't want. So write down. If I do whatever I don't like, if I go against the nature, if I go against the physical nature and anatomical nature, and I disrespect the anatomy, then I'll have to face whatever I don't want to face. वाह क्या बात है, लिख दिया इतना स्पीड से। अरे वाह, मजा आ गया शिवानी, मजा आ गया देखे। बेटा वाह, नाज है तुम पर हमको। लाडो रानी, हाँ, इसलिए हम तुमको बोलता है लाडो रानी। When Shivani comes to my workshop, my heartbeat comes down, and when she is not there, my blood pressure is always high. The moment Shivani comes, my blood pressure automatically comes to 110/80. But the moment she does not come, I keep watching the door because everyone is waiting for the notes. And I have a habit, when I speak, I don't have what? Notebook or notes or anything. It comes automatically from my mouth, right? So after I speak, I don't remember what I speak. राजेश समझा वाकड़े साहब? कैमरा बंद करके भाग गया।
यस सर, समझ गए सर।
So Shivani is a girl who writes with the speed of my word. So till Shivani is in the class, you be least bothered of writing. Whatever I am telling, she will write and she will give you. So Shivani is the monitor of the class, leader of the class. And by now she has become world famous because of her notes. Vani Priya and Shivani has become what? World famous. By now, more than 20 countries of the world knows the word of Shivani. Everyone is requesting me, Sir, Shivani notes. So we have given it, the name of the notes is what? Shivani notes. The book is totally dedicated to Shivani. So anyone wants notes, you just write in the group, Shivani notes. Dr. Shivani notes, and you will get it. The name of the book is Dr. Shivani notes, not Dr. Sastry notes. So the genetic factors are also important because various genetic factors are specific genetic mechanisms that take place and identified in the individual therapeutic strategies. So genetic studies are also important. Neuromuscular profile. See, this is most important. Evaluating the muscular tone, reflexes, functional limitations, provide comprehensive understanding of spasticity impact on individual, and information helps in tailoring the involvement. So write down muscle tone, reflex, and functional limitation. So this is called neuromuscular profile. What is called neuromuscular profile? Imran, what is neuromuscular profile? सूर्य नारायण दास একরকম দেখলে কিছু হবে না, নোটসটা লিখে থাকো। আর পাবে না, সেটা লেকচার, ওয়ান টাইম লেকচার। ইট ইজ ব্রিটিশ ব্রডকাস্টিং। লিখে লো। ইমরান, লিখতে আছি না, খালি আমার চেহারা দেখতে আছি, দেখলে কিছু হবে না, লিখে থাকো। নিউরোমাস্কুলার প্রোফাইল লিখছি না? হ্যাঁ, দারুণ, খুব দারুণ, খুব ভালো, খুব ভালো বাবু মশাই। So neuromuscular profile means, so this is what you have to inform. The neuromuscular profile will increase the personalized care. So this is what I was saying. You have to create a format for what? Neuromuscular profile. Right? Neuromuscular profile means the muscle tone, reflexes, and functional limitations. And it all takes time for you to learn. So don't be hurry in learning things. and don't be hurry in your clinic. But when you want to learn and you are enough experienced like Shivani, I will always request Shivani, you should go one step higher. You should not degrade yourself. Now it is a time for you. Afterwards, you will become some old. What is your age? You are 37 or 40, right? 10 साल के बाद तो बुद्धि हो जाएगा, फिर क्या फायदा? अब नहीं किया तो कब किया? अगर अब तुम थ्रेशोल्ड नहीं दिया, अपने आप को तुम पुश नहीं किया, खाली बीबी बीबी बच्चा बच्चा हस्बैंड हस्बैंड करता रहा और अभी अपने आप को पुश नहीं किया, तो फिर कब पुश करेगा? बुढ़ी होके करेगा? अब पुश करो। सब कोई जवान है, सूर्य नारायण दास को छोड़ के सब जवान है। वो 75 साल का बुढ़ा, तुम 40 साल का जवान। करो साला, पुश करो, पुश एन एक्शन थ्रेशोल्ड। वो 75 साल का हो गया, पढ़ाई कर रहा है, इज ट्राइंग टू लर्न पैरालिसिस, इज ट्राइंग टू रिकवर। देखो तुम्हारा ससुर का फोन आ गया। हेलो हेलो।
Imran, please switch the mic. Imran, switch the
म्यूट कर
mic.
दो।
अरे बाबा, खुद ही म्यूट कर दो ना, उसको बोलने से क्या फायदा?
सर वो होस्ट है, वही कर सकते हैं।
तो कौन होस्ट बनना चाहता? को होस्ट बनना कौन चाहता? सुनील को बना रखा, सुनील कुछ करता नहीं
हाँ
है
सर,
अभी।
इसलिए उन्हीं को बोल रही हूँ।
सुनील जी तो अपना बस क्या बोलता है, लाइन मारने में लगा हुआ, कोई लड़की मिले तो लाइन मार ले। तुमको बना देता को होस्ट। तुमको बना देता, क्या नाम है, शिवानी?
हाँ जी सर।
तुमको ही बना देता को होस्ट।
ठीक सर।
कहाँ गया तुम? इतना आदमी के बीच में तुम कहाँ खो गया?
सर दिखी
नहीं दिखी।
अभी।
अरे इसमें भी तो दिखना पड़ेगा।
सर पार्टिसिपेंट्स की लिस्ट में आप जाओ।
हाँ, पार्टिसिपेंट का लिस्ट में खोज रहा है तुमको।
ओके।
हाँ नहीं, आईफोन कौन है भाई? अपना आईफोन को बोलो, अपना नाम लिखेगा। कौन है भाई आईफोन? आईफोन बोल के भाई, आपके पास आईफोन है, हम क्या करें? शिवानी कहाँ गए रे बच्ची मेरी? हाँ, ये रहा, मैं को होस्ट।
अभी देखा सर।
होस्ट, अब मैनेज करो ग्रुप को, राइट? सुनील बाबू थोड़ा सीख लो यार इसको। सब उसके पास, नमन के पास जाके थोड़ा सीख के आओ। जाओ, एक छुट्टी मारो, नमन के पास जाओ, सारा जूम वूम सीख के आओ। खाली हमको देखने से नहीं होता, नमन बाबू को बोलो, थोड़ा सिखाएगा तुमको। ये तुम्हारा ससुराल नहीं, तुम्हारा ससुराल नहीं है जो हमारा जवाई है, सारा दिन अब तुम्हारा केयर टेक करेगा। घर जवाई सब मोरलाम की रकम छेले पास चाहिए, हमें सब घर जमाई। हिंदी में बोलते मर गया साला, कैसा आदमी स्टूडेंट लोग मिला, सब घर जमाई मिला हमको। So, so when you understand the neuromuscular profile, you can take an integrative approach. And this approach is called the recovery approach. So one approach is never enough to recover a patient. You have to tailor. What are the important things for recovery? The tailored approach means what is required for the patient, what is essential. So requirement is the breaking of the spasticity, right? Breaking of the spasticity, stimulating the neural. So write down the formula of paralysis. 1 billion formula. ये formula लिख लो, 1 करोड़ रुपया कमाओ. Richard Ten used to say, 1 crore rupees formula I am giving you. So what is the 1 crore rupee formula? Repair the nerve. repair the cells, stimulate the nerve, repair the pathway, release the neurotransmitter. शिवानी मेरे को देखो, ऐसे लिखना, देखो बेटा, हम भी ब्लॉक हो गया क्या?
सर आपका ना कैमरा पॉज पे चला गया है, आप ऑफ करके ऑन करो।
ये सब क्या झमेला है सब, हम लोग को क्यों नहीं आता है सब? अब हम है भी काम को, ये भी नहीं मालूम। अब आया? देखो शिवानी, इसको ऐसे लिखना है, देखो, देखो ऐसे, समझ में आया? एक लाइन को ऐसे दे दो, देखो ऐसे, लाइन को ऐसे ई की तरह लिखते जाओ, ई को एक्सटेंड करते जाओ। समझ में आया? हाँ बेटा, वेरी करेक्ट। तो और फिर उसको ऐसे दे देना, लास्ट में ऐसे कर देना, राइट? कि वो एक ग्रुप का नोट्स है, वन ग्रुप नोट्स, राइट? So whatever we have written, repair the cells. Then first thing is repair the cells.
Repair the nerve.
Repair the, if the cells are repaired, the nerve will be repaired. हाँ. The moment the nerve is repaired, you create the stimulation, nerve stimulation, right?
Yes.
The moment the nerve is stimulated, then it will create, it will repair the pathway. Very good, Sachin, you are very intelligent now. अरे अब ये क्या हो गया, स्लाइड कहाँ चला गया? ये सब क्या झमेला है ना, हम लोग को आता भी नहीं है। Now you can see the slides.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sastry ji.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, Walid, you have to be very alert because I don't know many things
Yes,
about
sir.
it. I am a learning person.
No problem, Sastry ji. We are all learning.
You have to be alert with this Zoom. I know nothing about Zoom. No, there is no Naman.
Inshallah, we'll all
Naman
get
को,
very fine in this, Sastry.
नमन को बोलो क्लास में आएगा, साला Zoom में हमको इतना दिक्कत ही होता है। तुम्हारा चेला तो आता नहीं है, तुम तो आता है। हेलो, हाँ, यस, न्यूरो हॉस्पिटल रिसेप्शन सेंटर। You understood?
Yes, sir.
So, stimulate the nerve. After stimulating the nerve, the pathway is repaired. So, it is called sensory motor pathway. What it is called? Sensory motor pathway. Now, sensory motor pathway is called ascending and descending pathway. What it is called?
Ascending and descending pathways.
Ascending and descending?
Pathway.
हाँ. And then pyramidal pathway.
Parameter.
Pyramidal. So after this stimulation, it will reach what? It will create very good neurotransmitters, right? And it will create one property called BDNF. It will create a property inside the brain. What it is called?
BDNF.
एक 60, 150 हुआ ना आज का। It is called BDNF.
NF.
So what do you mean by BDNF?
Brain derived.
Brain derived neurotropic factor, which leads to arrow. Write down BDNF leads to means arrow. अरे यार, कौन रामायण कर रहा है बार बार?
BDNL मींस क्या बोले सर?
हाँ, BDNF BDNF leads to neurogenesis.
Neurogenesis,
Means
no?
a growth of neurogenesis. Yani neurogenesis itself is a growth, Baba. The moment the neurogenesis is there, right? The new neurons will take the replace the old neurons. पहले न्यूरॉन्स रिप्लेस होगा. जो मर गया, ये जो नया if the vice president is dead, the new one is appointed, right? The moment the new vice president or president, now for example, Trump is appointed, right? So Trump will change the entire what? Bureaucratic structure, entire structure. Right? He has his own style. Biden has his own style, and he has his own. Joe Biden had his own style of working. Trump has his own style of
working.
So he will appoint all those people in the way things will generate. This new pathways, the new appointments is called angiogenesis. And the communication is called what? Synaptic plasticity. Very good synaptic connection, means chemical exchange of the neurons. And then comes the training of the muscles. How you have to train your people? You have to interlink with the muscle to the brain. How the muscle work. This is the work of the physiotherapy. That is called the training. So, in training and motor recovery, what we call it? Muscle to muscle. First you take group of muscle, one group. That is the shoulder group, right? So, posterior deltoid, anterior deltoid, and what? Middle deltoid. Quadritum lumbarum, scapula, scalene, trapezius. ये 5-7 जो ग्रुप आ गया, right? Then individually stimulate this muscle at 1, 3, 5, 7. समझ में आया बात? So when you stimulate it, you will see gradually the subluxation is going up. There is no subluxation, right? There is no. You are improving the subluxation because B and DF factors are derived. So when the BAD and F factors are derived, the muscles will what? Itself will grow. Those neurotransmitters which are released will grow the muscles. If the damage is inside the body has the capacity to repair it. Body is not weak, right? So I'll show you one video where I've already seen my videos, right? A person on the fire, a person on the ice. You have seen that video, na?
Yes, sir.
So the brain is not weak. We are making it weaker because we are what? Deviated. Right? लो भाई, किसी का ससुराल से फोन आ गया. शिवानी, तुम्हारे पियर से फोन आ गया. हेलो हेलो हेलो. चाय खुद पी रहा है, हमको कुछ नहीं पिला रहा है. सुनील देखो सब रहा. क्या पी रहा है सुनील? पानी ना चाय ना लेमन जूस? पता नहीं क्या क्या पी रहा है. टेम्पटेशन दे रहा है हमको.
पानी पी रहा हूँ सर.
हाँ तब ठीक है. जूस उस मत पीना, हमको टेम्पटेशन होगा. हमको नहीं मिल रहा है यहाँ.
नहीं नहीं, पानी पी रहा हूँ.
हमको दिखा के जूस उस मत पीना, नहीं तो वो हरीश साल्वे की तरह बोलेगा और सुप्रीम कोर्ट चीफ जस्टिस की तरह बोलेगा हम लोग को कोको कोला दिखा के पी रहा है. अब पूरा बार एसोसिएशन को कोको कोला पिलाओ, नहीं तो कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट नोटिस डाल देगा. This was a famous saying. One sub-inspector was drinking Coca-Cola during the court hearing of COVID. The chief did, and His Lordship, the Chief Justice of Gujarat High Court, said, I am tempted to see your Coca-Cola, and many of the lawyers are tempted. So it is your punishment that by evening you have to give one Coca-Cola can to each of the bar association member, and if you don't do, we'll issue a contempt notice. So if you don't take an integrative approach, the brain will issue what? Contempt notice. This contempt notice is something which is non-recoverable.
Yes.
Let us say, for example, why am I not taking money from you all? Because if I take money, again I have to give GST, then I have to give TDS, then I have to give this, then I have to give this. Ultimately, how much money I'll get? 2,000 or 3,000 rupees from you. But what you will say? We have paid 20,000 to Sastry sir. Government will take 50% amount, 30% amount will go in advertisement. Prakash Jain and all these people will go, all who are helping me. So now there is no money, no Jamela. No corruption. Instead of creating Jamelas, don't create Jamela. So we seek randomized controller. See, now whenever you want to see whether brain mapping is helping or physiotherapy is helping, you can take two patients and you can do randomized controller trial. One patient you can use with brain mapping, stimulation, neuroacupuncture, and all these things you use. And other patient you use continuous aggressive exercise. Then you can find the difference between the what? Neuromuscular profile. But how do you understand with this the Chinese pain is working? Whether this brain muscle pain and what pain we have given is working? Physiotherapy and neurorehabilitation. Neurorehabilitation let us not take. So let us take three factors. What are the three factors? Exercise, total exercise module, Chinese pain mapping, and NIBS mapping, right? With neuroacupuncture and physiotherapy. So divide it into three groups. So whenever you have a doubt, right, that it is a Chinese pain, you take three patients. But it is a risky thing. Playing with the brain is a very risky thing. But if you want to take that risk, you can take. So write a neuromuscular profile. How much is the functional disability, spasticity, and what is neuromuscular profile? Spasticity. Shivani, क्या है बोलो?
Sir, muscle tone, reflexes, and functional limitation.
Yeah. So whenever you want to see, first you write down the figures of muscular tone, reflexes, and और क्या है?
Muscle tone,
functional limitation. So these three are the main problem. Now you do one thing. You do all other things together. Use this pen and then you use Chinese pen. But it is a risky thing. Playing with the brain is risky. Because if you indulge in any problem, the problem will become very sophisticated. Because you are playing with the CNS, right? So my advice is don't do any experiments. If you don't know the road, please don't walk. कोई अंधेरी नगरी चौपट राजा काम करके कोई फायदा नहीं. जो करना अच्छे से करो, प्यार से करो, आराम से करो, रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड करो, and the return is very good. If you give good returns to the society, you will get everything in good. If you give bad things to the society, you will get bad things in return. If you don't understand anything, please refer it. And after we recover, we will teach you what are the things you have to do. Paralysis cannot be recovered in one day. Muscular multiple sclerosis, all these neuro disease are long cases. They are not short cases, right? फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम आपका वो शिवानी का उनका बेटा को मैंने यहाँ क्यों नहीं लिया? बिकॉज शिवानी वॉज नॉट प्रिपेयर टू टेक इट एट सेकेंड लेवल. इवन इफ आई टेक इट हियर, Shivani is not prepared to hand over the case at second level. So my work, my efforts will be failure if Shivani is not prepared to take over the case at second level. Why our Gurgaon workshops are not working properly? Because the people who are in Gurgaon are not ready to take the work at the second level. If I repair something, there is no one who can take the work at the second level. Every day I get phone calls. So who's your student who can take it to 7 level? I say, I don't know. I know Shivani can do it, but again, then I have a limitations. Because up to now, she has not built up a confidence that I can do it. So most important thing is your inner confidence. So by now, you have understood the basics of the subject. Because you did not understood the basics, so you are feeling what? There is a fear. So Marie Curie always said, if you want to remove the fear, you must fight against the ignorance. And if you fight against the ignorance, you will what? Be confident. Only knowledge and wisdom can create confidence in you. Right? Ignorance is what? Devil. But knowledge is Param Vidya. Param Gyan. Now you know what you have to do and what you don't have to do. So once you understand do's and don'ts, you know what you can do and how to take up the case and how to move the case and how you can make it a success story. Ultimately, the fame will go to you. It will not come to me because the end person is you. So I am only the middle person of the case. When you see a movie, you see the starting and the end. The middle person is never known. So when I refer a person and I get him operated in by Kim's Karat, Cherian will get the fame, Kim's will get the money, Kim's will get everything. What Sastry will get? Only one smile of Cherian, sir. Ah, Sastry, how are you? Thank you, sir. So ultimately, you are the winner. I am never the winner in this game. You see, I have recovered so many patients, but I am not the winner. Why? Because the end results has to be bought by you, not by me. The one who brings the end results is the only the winner of the game. This is the most important point you should try. The one who brings the end results cannot be bought by me. Why am I taking these classes? Because I am the only middle player. मैं इधर का भी नहीं उधर का भी नहीं. Neither I am from ICU, nor a neurosurgeon, nor a end worker. Right? I am a middle player. My work is just like creating a foundation. So I am just like a mason, a mistri ki tarah I am working. And once I build the foundation, my work is over. So I will never get the credit of what I have done in my life. I am most discredited person. If you hear in every workshop, everywhere, people will always give me a discredit. Because I cannot produce the end results. End result takes time. It has to be locally produced. And that is why I created this fellowship program. So once the 300 people comes, the neurosurgeons will start teaching. That is why I am saying you people, spread as much as you can, bring around 300 people in the group. And what will happen? The neurosurgeons will start taking the classes. The class will go to the next level of knowledge. And that also FOC, free of cost. And then you have your publication of papers, you have the real fellowship classes, and you will win the what? You will have international recognition. And secondly, most important is the finest knowledge you have about the topic. And that is called physical medicine and physical and rehabilitative medicine. You know how to work with the rehabilitative procedure. So it is almost 9:30. So, so I told you monitoring the improvements, functional recovery, balancing and safety efficacy. So these two are always important. But if you want to check the Chinese pain stimulation and brain stimulation of this pain, you can check with the two patients. But always remember one thing, if you do something wrong, if you become overexcitement, then recovery is not possible. Brain is a very narrow pathway. वृंदावन की गली जहाँ में बहुत कम समय, जहाँ हरि रहे या तू ना रहे। समझ में आया? वृंदावन की गली बहुत सांकड़ी है, मतलब बहुत पतली है। या तो
Yes.
वह हरि रहता है या तुम रहता है। अगर तुम है तो हरि नाही, जब मैं है तब हरि नाही, अब हरि है तो मैं नाही, सब अंधियारा मिटी गया जब दीपक देखा माई। When the enlightenment comes inside, when you have a pure knowledge, pure divinity, I tell you, no one can stop your growth in life. In spite of my all bad health, everything, in spite of everything, I've been able to take the class. I've recently suffered 8 heart attacks last Friday. It is not even 1 week right now, I think. On Friday, it will be next 1 week. I have suffered my 8th heart attack. And before completing my 1 week, I am in the class. So this is called the what? Divinity. God is always there. जगन्नाथ प्रभु हमेशा रक्षा करते हैं, इसलिए बोलते जय जगन्नाथ।
राकेश आइया मार सके ना कोई।
हाँ भाई, 8 अटैक हो गया अब तक, साला मरा नहीं। अब मेरे को भी चिंता हो गया, साला कब मरेगा। After suffering from 8th heart attack, I am worried. If I have a brain stroke and all, what will happen? So now that is my worriedness. आफ्टर 6-7 आई वॉज वेरी नॉट वरीड। ओके, अब 1 साल हो गया, अब कहाँ हार्ट अटैक होगा। बट अब जब रिसेंटली हार्ट अटैक हुआ, बीपी वेंट टू 220/120, आई सेड बाप रे बाप। yesterday there was a cardiac stroke patient and the resident became very scared what to do. She was crying. Suddenly I rushed and there were only 3 nurses in the ICU. Madhu, hello. हाँ Madhu, हाँ tell me Madhu. Who's Madhu? Huh? You have spoken to Ayamana last time. That salary only we have to give whatever we have promised. So Prasad has recently joined, so we cannot give him salary right now. He has come only 2 days back, right? Only 4 days back he has come, right? So next month salary we have to give him, right? And no increment of salary from my side. Whatever increment of salary is given, previous salary is only you have to give. The increment is given by my personal pocket, right? So physiotherapy and all, you are giving your salary, right? Abhilash sir, 2 months salary I have given, right? And now we have to pay Karthik sir additional money for his procedure he is asking. And no increment is given by the institute. All increments whichever I have given is from my pocket, right? You have to release the salaries. Even the nursing salary is now 12,000. Rest of the money, whatever is given, is from my pocket, right? Right? So you don't have to increase any salary from the institute. It is my personal liability. Same last month salary you give. Whatever increment is there, it is from my pocket, right? Clear? Yeah, right. Your voice is cutting, Madhu. Who's? Abhilash salary is 40,000, Baba. You cannot reduce it below. Abhilash 2 months salary I have given. No, it's 40, Baba. You cannot get a radiologist in 30,000. He is my friend, so you got 40. Radiologist salary is more than 2 lakh rupees, Baba. Yeah, you mentioned 40. I have given him 2 months salary, right? So this is his third month or fourth month? Yeah. So I have paid him 2 months salary, right? Yeah. Sorry. We have to manage the hospital also. I have to manage everything at a time. Patient care, intensive care. I don't know accounts, so I have to learn accounts, salary receipts, and the only thing is that I don't get any salary from the institute. I am FOC. My name is FOC, free of cost. So this name was given to me by Chedian sir. Who has come? FOC has come. So whenever sir will try to give me some cuts or anything, I say, please sir, make it as a discount to the patient. I'm happy with what I am leaving. Because my expenses is only 150 rupees. 60 rupees for dosa. When I'm having low sugar, I take one juice and 50 rupees for my idli, 40 rupees for my idli. 60 plus 50 plus 50. This is my only expenses of the day. And one mobile phone. And now additional expenses is Zoom class. That's all. And other expenses includes my ticketing. Now I don't have to take the workload. बेटा जूम क्लास में वो पहले लिख देना वर्कशॉप में जो पहला दिन आएगा he has to pay 1,000 or 2,000 rupees for the room charges and the seat charges, right? वो वर्कलोड मेरे ऊपर मत डालो प्लीज. और अब बार बार हम पे नहीं कर सकता 70,000 रुपया. I cannot pay from my pocket because I am overloaded, beta. If you put too much load, I'll go back to ventilator. I'm already overloaded, Baba. This institution is overloaded. ICU overloaded. 22 hours I have to work. I have to write books. I have to write notes. I have to write PPTs. I have to attend critical cases. I have to work night duty here, night duty in 5 hospitals. Neurosurgeries we have to attend. How much one person like me can do? I'm only sleeping 1 hour or 2 hours. From last 72 hours, I did not sleep also. Because I had to write the book, acupuncture anesthesia. I had to do everything myself. There is no one to help me. And secondly, I don't know how to operate the laptop. So everything I have to do on telephone, mobile phone. See, 1,000 pages I have to write on mobile phone. And I'm lucky. My work is free of cost. You don't have to pay me anything for the books. I have written 35 books. I am sure you cannot read all these books, whatever I have written, because before my death, I write 50 books. So I'm going to write 60,000 pages. I am sure you will not be able to read in your whole life whatever I have written. Whatever I have written, you cannot complete in your one life. My 25 years work, you cannot complete in your one life. Because I'm going to write 50 to 60 books. I've already completed 35 books. You could see I've written acupuncture anesthesia today. Neurosurgical books I have written. Now I'm writing about what? interventional pain management and acupuncture pain management, and how to taper morphine, cancer and palliative care. My next book is cancer and palliative care and geriatric patients. So how to work on facetal atrophy, facets joint, SI joint, how to work on all this. Stem cell therapy, I have completed my book. But all this book requires continuous revision, because the moment you sleep in the night, then you realize, oh, this topic is not correct, this is left. Again, you wake up at the midnight, again you change, again you write. Till you write, none of your books are completed. So I say, till my death, none of my book is completed. Because every day I get some new idea and it left us the old idea. And then again I have to change, find out paragraph, the content. Again I have to change, again editing, again new brain mapping, new ideas, new thoughts, new recovery. Every patient gives a new idea in yourself. And that is what you call the neuroplasticity of MK Sastry. So my books, my knowledge is everything what? FOC. Why? Because patients taught me, you inspired me, mentors encouraged me. So nothing is mine. The nature has given me free of cost, and I should give you free of cost. If I take money for that, it is not correct. Anything which I have received for free, knowledge is free, Baba. Why should I take money for that? The money has to be paid to the hall charges. So you pay the money when you come to Gurgaon to the hall. When you come to Bangalore, 1 or 2,000 rupees is there for 3 days. You pay for the chairs, and whatever is left, you keep it for the next month. Take less charges for the next month. Maintain your accounts, maintain your money. Don't put me in middle. ठीक है ना शिवानी? जो पैसा बच गया उसको अलग से रख दो, अगले महीने कम पैसा ले लेना. But or create some book facilities, right? A good board or one projector you can buy. So every time I don't have to carry a projector from here to Gurgaon, right? I can take my clothes. Because of the projector, I cannot take my clothes. So it's all up to you how you want to manage. I can only just guide. And I don't want your money. I earn enough. Because my expenses are little, but I earn for you people. So anyway, you can ask. Always remember, I am not rich because of what I earn. I am rich because of what I spend. My needs, my limitations are very little. I don't need a laptop. For 9, 12 years, I never purchased a laptop. Only for teaching you, I purchased a laptop, the digital board. What I will do with the digital board? But I always advise you people, always have a good infrastructure, good skills, good knowledge, good wisdom, and I'm sure whatever you will do, you can earn money very nicely. It is always called Vidya Vinati Vinayat Vinay Dadati Patratam. Brings skill brings money, and when you money, if you spend in the right way, in the right direction, you get enlightenment and the divine happiness. So you live for that happiness. If you spend money on these ornaments, this gold chain, this is a materialistic thing. When you die, your children will be the first one to take it out. So in Hindi, it is always said, तुलसी माला कोई लेके नहीं जाएगा, वो कंठी में रहेगी. So I always tell my people, instead of buying a gold chain, buy the Tulsi mala, the mala of Tulsi, and put in your neck. So it is the only thing which will go with you in your cremation ground. Otherwise, whatever you are taking, gold chain, rings, nothing. You see, I promised myself that I will never have a gold in my life. And up to 45 years of my life, I tell you, I don't have a single gold ornament nor a silver. I am happy only with my scrubs. I have only 6 sets of scrubs and I use it for the whole year. I don't buy shirt pant also. I have only one coat, which was given to me by Rahul Katyal 6 years back, and still I am maintaining that coat. And I wear it only twice. While I go to Gurgaon, while I come from Gurgaon, and when I go to Bangalore, while I come from Bangalore. That's it. Or when I go to Chedian, sir, after going there, I open the coat. That's it. Now only December is a very big problem for me, December and January, because I don't have a jacket. So you bring shawl and muffler for me, so I will use it, and while I will go, I'll give you back. तुम्हारा पति देव का कुछ ले आता जबर झूला. I was happy. I was just, the chief minister of Assam was thinking, I was shivering when I went to Shillong. The chief minister of Assam was laughing at me, and he gave his jacket to me, and I was laughing. Such a big elephant is giving a jacket to a small ant. I was just laughing at myself. I was wearing the jacket of the chief minister of Assam. I was laughing. How joker and funny I was looking. His secretary was saying, I have taken your photograph. Fantastic joker you are. And that photograph, even the chief minister of Assam is having right now. He shared me that photograph once. Well, Sastriji, I still remember you. This is your photograph with my jacket. Where is my jacket? Sir, I don't know. Because whenever Home Minister wants to invite me, he invites me through the Chief Minister of Assam. Whenever Amit Shah wants me, he invites me through Chief Minister of Assam or through his PS. So it's okay, whatever it is. Now, ask me your questions.
सर
More important is your
सर
doubts
मुझे
and
पूछना है
questions. Yes. नहीं, आप अपना नाम बताइए तभी पता चलेगा. यहाँ तो 70 लोग हैं.
વીરુબેન
हाँ
વીરુબેન
વીરુબેન.
બોલ રહી
हाँ વીરુબેન, કેમ છે? સારું છે?
સારું છે
हाँ, क्वेश्चन
हाँ।
આપી दो.
मेरा ऑपरेशन बाईपास सर्जरी का हो गया था जून 21 में.
हाँ ठीक है.
फिर अभी लेफ्ट लेग का जो इनर मेलोडियस है ना, जो वहां पे जो किडनी का पॉइंट है सब 3, 4, 5, वहां पे स्वेलिंग है और जलन है. और जो फुट है ना मेरा, तो वो फ्लैट फुट हो रहा है. जो पहला कव वाला था, लेकिन फ्लैट फुट हो रहा है. मतलब मुझे पता चल रहा है कि नीचे दब रहा है अंदर की तरफ.
नहीं देखो, स्वेलिंग होने का कारण मेन हो सकता है. फर्स्ट यू टेक LFT एंड RFT, राइट? द टेस्ट लिखो, LFT, RFT, CBC, राइट? एंड CRP, यूरिक एसिड.
सर एक मिनट,
आप लिख लो. LFT, LFT, LMP नहीं, लाइसेंस मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर नहीं, लेवल प्रोफाइल.
लिवर फंक्शन टेस्ट.
LFT,
LFT, KFT, किडनी फंक्शन टेस्ट.
RFT या KFT, राइट?
KNP, हाँ.
KMP नहीं,
किडनी फंक्शन टेस्ट.
किडनी फंक्शन ना.
हाँ, किडनी फंक्शन टेस्ट.
एक मिनट.
हाँ लिखिए.
हाँ
किडनी
सर.
फंक्शन टेस्ट.
हाँ.
CBC,
हाँ.
यूरिन कल्चर, राइट? और एक CRP. हाँ, C रिएक्टिव प्रोटीन. हो गया. उसके बाद अल्ट्रासाउंड में लिखिए वेनस डॉपलर ऑफ द स्वेलिंग लेग, डीप आर्टरीज एंड डीप वेन्स.
एक्सरे निकाला मैंने अभी.
नहीं, एक्सरे नहीं, वेनस डॉपलर. अल्ट्रासाउंड उसको बोलते हैं, अल्ट्रासाउंड वेनस डॉपलर बोलते हैं. एक्सरे मेरे को आप व्हाट्सएप कर दीजिए. एक्सरे मुझे आप व्हाट्सएप कर दीजिए. यू कैन डू योर एक्सरे व्हाट्सएप टू मी. आप बट वेनस डॉपलर कर लीजिए टू रूल आउट कोई कुछ अंदर में कोई झमेला तो नहीं हुआ, सेल्यूलाइटिस से सब कुछ हुआ तो नहीं है, राइट? उसको वेनस डॉपलर बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं?
वेनस डॉक्टर.
हाँ, वेनस डॉपलर. डीप एंड सुपरफिशियल. डीप एंड
सुपरफिशियल.
हाँ राइट. ये आप टेस्ट कर लीजिए जहां आपको उचित लगे. आजकल बहुत डिस्काउंट मिल रहे हैं, 40%, 50% ऑनलाइन बुक कर लीजिए, और डिस्काउंट मिल रहे हैं, आप कहीं भी करा लीजिए, एंड सेंड मी द रिपोर्ट्स व्हाट्सएप इट, और यू कैन शेयर इन द ग्रुप, वी विल गिव यू कलेक्टिव
ठीक है
फीडबैक।
डॉक्टर जी।
कोई बात नहीं, ये तो ड्यूटी है, थैंक यू किस बात का, क्योंकि क्या होता है, बिलरुबिन अगर कम हो जाता है, इफ द बिलरुबिन इज लेस, द swelling of the foot may come. It may come also because of the infection. It may come also because of what? The circulation. It is pitting edema. So it may also become because of uric acid. It may also become of some creatinine factor. Because whenever there is edema, we have to see your kidney is functioning well, your liver is functioning well. If everything is okay, then it is because of the flat foot. Flat foot के लिए शिवानी, आप अपना नंबर लिख दीजिए ग्रुप में, शिवानी आपको सोल लिख देगी। शिवानी, वो अपना सिलिकॉन सोल नहीं आता फ्लेट फुट के लिए,
Yes, sir. Arch and soul.
आठ आठ, वो पूरा 800 लिख दो, उसको
ठीक ठीक।
व्हाट्सअप कर दो। आप अपना नंबर लिख दीजिए, शिवानी आपको वो पिक्चर भेज देगी, अमेजोन पिक्चर, शी विल सेंड यू द
ठीक है।
अमेजोन पिक्चर ऑफ 800। ये रूल आउट कर
ओके।
लीजिए, 800 खरीद लीजिए।
आठ
एंड
सोल।
जूते में, हाँ, शी विल गिव यू द पिक्चर, राइट शिवानी? एक
आठ
बार आप
सोल का
उसका
वो
जूम,
है।
नहीं नहीं, आप एक काम कीजिए, शिवानी को ना, शिवानी अपना नंबर लिख दो, आप शिवानी का नंबर लिख लीजिए
हाँ,
चेक बॉक्स से।
नंबर है अपने
सर
ग्रुप में।
अभी हाँ हो गई थी बात।
हाँ,
बात
तो
बात
शिवानी
किया
एक
हुआ
बार
है।
जूम, एक बार व्हाट्सएप कॉल में इनका फीट को देख लो, वाकई फ्लेट फीट है कि नहीं है। अगर फ्लेट फीट है, देन यू कैन एडवाइस कंप्लीट सिल्क आर्क, राइट? वो
ओके
जूते
सर।
में डाल, उसको जूते में डाल, उनका साइज, वो जूते में वो पिक्चर
हाँ।
भेज दो, वो अमेजोन से खरीद लेगी, आपको दिखा लेगी, एंड देन टॉपिक ओवर। इतना इजी टॉपिक है, रूल आउट, डू द रेमेडीज, एंड टॉपिक
खत्म।
ओवर। बस 1 मिनट में टॉपिक ओवर। अगर कुछ ब्लड पैरामीटर्स में कुछ गड़बड़ी है तो उसको करेक्शन कर लो, मेडिसिन डॉक्टर को दिखा के, और वेनस में कोई गड़बड़ी है तो सीटीवीएस को दिखा लो, और कहीं कुछ गड़बड़ी नहीं है तो सोल खरीद के चलते बनो, स्वेलिंग खत्म, टॉपिक ओवर। बस आपको नंगे पैर नहीं चलना है, राइट? बिकॉज यू हैव ए फ्लैट फीट, नहीं तो कमर में दर्द हो जाएगा।
एक्यूपंक्चर कर सकते हो।
कोई जरूरत
एक्यूपंक्चर।
ही नहीं है, एक्यूपंचर फेक्यूपंचर की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, अननेसेसरी क्यों सुई चुभोना। कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो तो देखेंगे ना,
नहीं,
कुछ
वो
है
तो
ही नहीं तो
आदत है।
क्या,
स्विच
कुछ है ही
छुपाने
नहीं
की
तो क्या,
आदत है।
जबरदस्ती क्यों इंटरवेंशन करना, क्यों
ओके।
गोचा पीछे करना, वाई टू इंटरवेन अननेसेसरीली। छोटा सा चीज है भाई, अगर कुछ पैरामीटर्स में कुछ गड़बड़ है तो उसको करेक्ट करो, नहीं तो आड़क लगाओ और चलते बनो, टॉपिक ओवर।
ओके।
कहीं अगर वेंस में कोई डायलेशन है, या वेरिकोस वेन है, या सेल्यूलाइटिस है, तो पता चल जाएगा वेनस डॉपलर से, राइट? सीआरपी वारपी कहीं बढ़ा हुआ है, इफ देर इज एनी इन्फेक्शन देयर, वी कैन रूल आउट फ्रॉम द सीआरपी सी रिएक्टिव प्रोटीन, तो अकॉर्डिंगली वी कैन गो टू मेडिसिन डॉक्टर फॉर एंटीबायोटिक प्रिस्क्रिप्शन, एंड टॉपिक इज ओवर। जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको सॉल्व कर दो, टॉपिक खत्म हो गया, स्वेलिंग खत्म। स्वेलिंग
यस।
इज pitting edema is a symptom, right? Pitting edema एक symptom है। So if you want to find out what is the cause, you have to rule out by the investigation, right? Investigation सब सही है तो बस शिवानी विल एडवाइस यू वन आर्क, व्हाट्सएप से आप बात कर लो, आर्क ले लो,
जरूर।
उसको दिखा लो,
जरूर।
आर्क खरीद लो, टॉपिक
पूरा हो। बता दी मैंने
पूरा हो
उनको।
गया, टॉपिक ओवर हो गया, राइट? अब बता लो।
बता
हाँ, ये एल
ओके।
एफ टी, आर एफ टी, सीबीसी, यूरिन कल्चर
हाँ, मैं उनसे लिख के वापस भेजती
और
हूँ।
यूरिया। शिवानी, इनको एक प्रिस्क्रिप्शन लिख दो, यूरिया, एलएफटी, आरएफटी, सीबीसी, यूरिन कल्चर,
ओके सर।
वेनस डॉपलर सुपरफिशियल एंड डीप वेन्स ऑफ द अफेक्टेड लिम्ब, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
और उसका एक बार फुट का आर्क चेक कर लेना, उसमें क्या बोलता है व्हाट्सएप कॉल पे।
हाँ, मैं फोटो भेजती हूँ उनको।
हाँ, उनको भेज दो, ये लोग
हाँ।
कॉम्पिटेंट फिजिशियंस है, दे कैन मैनेज ऑल द केसेस। ऐसे ही मैनेज करती है वो, तो घर को भी मैनेज करती है, बच्चों को भी मैनेज करती है, मुझे भी मैनेज करती है। शी इज ए वेरी
अच्छा
गुड
है ना,
मैनेजर।
ऑलराउंडर है तो।
अरे बिल्कुल ऑलराउंडर है हमारी जी, लाडो है।
लाडो लाडो।
हाँ, हमारे गुजरात में इसको बोलते हैं लाडो रानी।
लाडो लाडो।
लियो, वी कॉल द ऑल आवर डीजे द डियरेस्ट फीमेल चाइल्ड एज लाडो रानी। लाडो मीन्स वेरी क्लोज टू द हार्ट, because he manages everything. All the managers are called Ladorani. Why? Because he manages everything. So we have to give over appreciation to them. If you depreciate, they will not work. The females should be always appreciated. So we call them Ladorani. So when you say you are the core of my heart, they will not charge you anything. Oh, it is sir's work. Ah, Ladorani kar do beta. But you have to say, oh, you are my dearest child. You please do it. Otherwise, they will charge me so many things for writing notes, for writing this, for seeing the patient. They will ask Biduben, fees. Now, if you say, oh, my dear child, you are so nice, so good, please help her. Topic over.
बेटा
FOC. It is called free of cost.
बेटा फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट
Yeah, FOC. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. एक 2D इको लिख देना बेटा एक बार, बिकॉज सी हैज डन बाईपास सर्जरी. 2D इको लिख देना.
टूडी
ECG एंड
इको
2D
का
इको.
वो किया बरोबर आया अभी निकाला था तो
तब
बरोबर
ठीक है,
है.
फिर कोई चिंता नहीं. बराबर है
ईसीजी
तब
का
ठीक
भी
है.
बरोबर था,
ठीक है
ये भी
बस.
बरोबर था.
ठीक है बस, कोई कार्डियक
वो
अरिथमिया सब
कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट
नहीं
को
होना
बताया
है.
था ना
नहीं
तभी
ठीक है.
निकाला.
नहीं ठीक है तब ठीक है. बस ये पाँव का स्वेलिंग है, उसको रूल आउट कर दो.
हाँ नहीं हाँ ये सितंबर में ही हुआ है.
नहीं नहीं कोई जरूरत नहीं है, और तो कोई जरूरत नहीं है. बाय एंजियोग्राफी हो गया तो फिर कोई माथा पच्ची करने की जरूरत नहीं है. 2D
हाँ
को ये सब ठीक है. तो कोई माथा पच्ची करने की जरूरत नहीं. खाली जो एडिमा आया है वो थोड़ा सा आपकी
बस वही
उम्र होने
वो
के
जलन
कारण,
हो रही है ना, उधर
वो
जलन हो
एक्चुअली
रही है
वो
वही.
पेरिस्थीसिया है. राइट. तो एक बार ये करने के बाद अगर ये सब कुछ ठीक है तो एक एनसीबी टेस्ट करेंगे. न्यूरोपैथी है तब देखेंगे. अगर ये देख लेते हैं, ब्लड टेस्ट देख लेते हैं, कलर डॉपलर देख लेते हैं. क्योंकि आपका वो
हाँ
बाईपास सर्जरी हुआ तो उन्होंने वहां से आर्टरी निकाला होगा. राइट.
निकाला ही है ना, निकाला है उधर से
हाँ
पूरा
गुड
निकाला
नाइट बाबा
ऊपर.
इमरान. whoever wants to go they can go. हाँ. तो आर्टरी
हाँ
निकाला है तो उसके बाद कुछ प्रॉब्लम आया होगा. तो वी हैव टू रूल आउट व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम कमिंग अप. राइट. सो वेनस डॉपलर विल हेल्प यू आउट. ओके.
ओके.
और उसके बाद अगर कुछ नहीं है तो एनसीबी टेस्ट करेंगे. उसके बाद अगर न्यूरोपैथी मिला तो प्रोडिगाबालिन या गाबापेंटिन से काम हो जाएगा. राइट. शिवानी ऑल्सो इज गोइंग. देखो भाग्य क्लास से. FOC बोलते हैं
गॉड
भाग्य.
ब्लेस यू, गॉड
Sir,
ब्लेस यू.
देखो ये फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट लोग बहुत चालाक है. FOC बोलते हैं गुड नाइट सर. दूसरा केस और नहीं देते FOC. अभी बोलेगा वीडू बेन 1000 रुपीज ट्रांसफर कर रहा है. हाँ सर अभी आधा घंटा और बैठ जाता है.
नहीं sir, नहीं.
जैसे गुरु होते हैं ना वैसे ही चेले भी होते हैं.
नहीं 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 सब
भगवान ऐसे ही क्रिएट करता है, सब एक दूसरे को
नहीं नहीं
मिलाते
जब
हैं.
स्वामी नारायण की कृपा, बप्पा दी कृपा है. हम लोग बोलते हैं बप्पा दी रोटी कभी खाली नहीं होती. व्हेन आई केम टू हैदराबाद आई यूज्ड टू टेक 2 meals a week. Right. Now from this institute 60 members are getting food and I always say ये बप्पा दी मेहर है. बप्पा के घर से कोई खाली नहीं जाता.
बरोबर है.
तो मैंने तो आज तक खाली बप्पा की मेहर देखी है. मैं तो 2000 रुपये लेके आई केम टू हैदराबाद विद ओनली 2000 रुपीज एंड आई नेवर न्यू ऑल दिस थिंग्स विल हैपन. In an unknown state with unknown people, I came at midnight at 2 o'clock. And then I had only 2000 rupees in my pocket and everything came up. And that is why I say it is Bappati Kripa. Bappati Rotla and Bappati Kripa. गुजरात में कहावत है बप्पाती रोटला. बप्पा का रोटा कभी खाली नहीं होता. बप्पा का किचन कभी खाली नहीं हुआ आज तक. स्वामी नारायण की बड़ी कृपा है. बप्पा बड़ी कृपा करता है. इन गुजरात इट इज सेड बप्पा ता रोटला. बप्पा
बरोबर.
बोल के बहुत बड़े संत. ही वाज अ वेरी बिग सेंट इन
सीताराम
गुजरात.
बापा,
सीताराम
सीताराम
बाबा.
बापा,
हाँ
सीताराम
सीताराम.
बापा
हाँ तो उसको बप्पा बोलते
आणि
हैं.
जलाराम बापा.
जलाराम. जलाराम बापा. The Jalaram Bapa was a very big saint. So he developed a community kitchen from 300 years. I think 300 साल हो गए ना.
बहुत साल हो गए.
हाँ, from 300 years, his kitchen is never empty. Thousands of people come. Thousands of people eat. From where the
Yes,
food
sir.
is coming, where the food is going, no one knows.
Yes, sir, in Wilpur, sir.
हाँ
हाँ, that is why I
वीरपुर,
always say Wilpur. And that is why I say बप्पा ની बड़ी कृपा है. बप्पा ની बड़ी कृपा થઈ ગઈ.
વીરપુર માં બી છે, આણંદીમાં બી છે.
तो मैं तो एक ही बात बोलता हूँ, आई स्टार्ट माई डे विथ स्वामी नारायण आरती एंड आई ऑलवेज एंड माई डे विथ reading 7 pages from Quran, 7 pages from Bible, and 7 pages from Gita. Every day is my daily activity. So when I come from ICU after 22 hours of work, my BP is 160 by 110. But the moment I read 7 pages of Quran, my BP goes little down. When I take 7 pages of Gita, it goes little down. When I read 7 pages of Bible, it becomes 110 by 80. And then I can sleep for 2 hours. So 21 pages and Swami Narayan the Aarti, Bappa ki Aarti sunne ke baad, you get so peace that 1 hour of sleep is enough in your life. तभी मैं बोलता हूँ बप्पा ने बड़ी कृपा थी गई. ये तो 2,000 रुपये में क्या होता बताओ आप, हैदराबाद जैसी जगह में. Now we are going to build 100 MOUs. We are going to go with 200 bedded hospital. We are working with Karat to go with more than 200 bedded surgical IU. Yeah, please, those who want to go, please, they can go. Those who can stay. लक्ष्मी गणेश जी और इष्ट देवता कुल देवता वो यहाँ रहे, बाकी सब अपने घर को जाए. कल फिर क्लास हो तो वापस आए, नहीं तो मत आए. आओ तो वेलकम, नहीं आओ तो भीड़कम. आओ तो वेलकम, नहीं आओ तो भीड़कम.
તો બી વેલકમ.
बप्पा ની बड़ी कृपा થઈ ગઈ. स्वामीनारायण की बड़ी कृपा.
हाल में खुशी.
बप्पा सबकी रक्षा करते. बप्पा ने हमेशा मेरे को संभाला. When I was in ventilator, I was having severe pain, but Bappa ની બડી કૃપા થઈ ગઈ. Bappa was so kind to me. God was so kind to me. There was no attender, I tell you. There was no one to look after me, but God took care of me even at that moment. Good night, everyone. You, please, you can take your rest. It is always to midnight for you. You may take rest.
Good night, sir.
Good
Hey,
night.
I'm not saying you good night. We will spend
Good night,
10
sir.
minutes. What good night? I only told you good night, not to you people.
Good night, sir. Thank you,
Hi,
and good
no
night
good
to
night. It is
everyone.
only 10 o'clock. I'll spend another 5-10 minutes with you.
Okay.
तुम्हारा काम हो गया तो चल पड़ा. मेरा टाइम पास कौन करेगा? Because 10:30 the person will come. How will I spend my 10 minutes? So stay in the class for 10 minutes. The class will complete at 10:15.
Yes, sir.
और जो भागेगा कल उसका अटेंडेंस नहीं होगा. भागो शिवगुप्ता, भागो, कल अटेंडेंस नहीं लेगा. प्रॉक्सी लगा देगा. भागो, खाली मतलब से आया. So anyone who is saying good night, you will not have attendance tomorrow. कल सबका अटेंडेंस कट. भागो. The moment you run, I'll cut down your attendance. And then you see, how will your fellowship certificate is with me, Baba. I will not issue it.
Yes, master key is with master.
Master key is with the master. So, one thing I genuinely advise you, even in the toughest time, even when everything goes wrong, Bappa sabki raksha karte hain. So, you should have faith in God. Nothing will go wrong. Even in your worst time, I will tell you, God will be with you. Because when I was on ventilator, no one was with me. No one was there to help me also. But then I always felt Papa was always there. And I was feeling some hand over my head like this. And some voice was hearing, a divine voice. Beta, sab theek ho jayega, don't worry. बस 2 दिन की बात है. And I tell you, after 2 days I recovered. And I was so happy that again I want to go to ventilator. I told Karthik, I'm eagerly waiting to get to ventilator. Why? Because I had this feeling that Papa was saying everything will become all right. I enjoyed that feeling so much. Again I want to enjoy that feeling. So I'm eagerly waiting for my 9th heart attack. Papa ની બડી કૃપા થઈ ગઈ. In Gujarati, it is said, Bappa ni badi kripa thai gayi. Means, Bappa takes care of everything. Allah takes care of everything. He is very kind, very merciful, I tell you. No one can be more merciful and kind than him. It takes, there's billions of creatures in the world. But I tell you, when I was in ICU, when I had no one behind me, no one was with me, I was totally paralyzed. My hands were totally paralyzed. I was going with acute pain. But that time, I had a divine feeling. Someone was putting his head like this. And I was just, tears were coming down from my eyes. I said, you see where I am today. No one is with me. And then he said, I am with you. Why are you so afraid? You will recover in 2 days. Just wait for 2 days. And you will come out from ventilator. I tell you, for all these 2 days, I enjoyed so much that I did not want it to come out from the ventilator. I said, one more day is okay. The doctor was saying, you want to come out from the ventilator, you lift one hand. If you don't want to come out, you lift your second finger. So somehow I was lifting my second finger. I said, I don't want to come out. But he said, I have to take you out. Sorry, Sastriji, I have to take you out. So that is the enjoyment when you do your good work. God is always with you. Be happy with your patients. Sarve bhavantu sukhenna, sarve bhavantu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma padeshu karaja. Om Shanti, Shanti. जगन्नाथ प्रभु सबकी रक्षा करें, जगन्नाथ का आशीर्वाद सब पे बना। बिस्मिल्लाह या अल्लाह या रहीम या करीम, may God bless you in His name, mercy and glory. I finish the class. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Jai Jagannath.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good
Thank
night.
you, sir.
Good night, all of you.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you.
I close the class here, bye. Right? Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, sir.